Alright, I personally picked this seed, so it should be a good seed. It should be a good seed. So basically the way item randomizer works is all missile expansions, power bombs, energy tanks, and major upgrades are all randomized. This seed does not have artifacts randomized. The 12 artifacts are all in their original locations. However, everything else has been randomized. Yeah, so Randomizer kind of brings out the fact that 50% of the items are missiles. Bash will not be commentating. I'm going to be talking kind of routing, what are some possibilities for items and where they might be. So he doesn't want to be around to hear that. Fusion suit and mozzarella sticks. Oh man, this is gonna be a really good. This is gonna be a good randomizer then. Fusion suit. Mozzarella sticks and green. All right. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, no. Looked at the wrong stream. Alright. So, immediately you're going to notice that we start on Talon. One of the things of the randomizer is just skipping the entirety of Frigate. There's really no need to be on there. And this first trick is called Space Jump First, because normally in here is Space Jump Boots, but instead we actually end up having Super Missiles. So, there are two... If there are no missiles, well, Bash is checking what's in landing site, so he sees Grapple Beam there. He needs to get Morph Ball in order to get that, but because he has Super Missiles, very likely one of the items that will be coming around is Charge Beam. Because you cannot use Super Missiles in this game without Charge Beam. So unlike the 2D Metroids like Super Metroid and Fusion, Super Missiles in this game don't have their own... Wait, Fusion doesn't have Super Missiles, sorry. Unlike Super Metroid and Zero Mission. In Prime... There's a head. Ooh. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, it is. You're right. You guys are right. It is a head. But anyway, Super Missiles, you need to have Charge Beam in order to make it work. Yeah, so there are a few logics that the randomizer uses. One of them is called glitchless, which these seeds can be done casually. This is actually a glitchless logic, um, but some tricks are being used. But Bash is on his way to the oh god, I forget the name of this boss since nobody ever fights it. But anyway, you can easily skip it by doing a scan dash or around the bridge, because the bridge is what actually starts it. This is way off. Hive totem. Hive mecha. Whoops. I knew it was hive something. Yeah, so he managed to get missiles. And now he also has space jump boots here. Alright, Sebastian's on his way out of this room. His plan is to head over to a ruin shrine to find morph, to see what's in the spot that morph ball normally is at. Alright, so there's a power bomb expansion. He still can't do anything with that because he still needs to find morph ball. Okay, so yeah, so he was checking to see what's in there. Again, he cannot find or he cannot go in there without morph ball, but thankfully it's missile, so he has no need to go back. So, because he doesn't have morph ball, he really can't go any further inside Chozo, so he's gonna go back. There are a few new areas he can check. He can check, there's a room between Root Cave and entering Magmoor, so right before entering Magmoor, there's an item he can check there. He can check the top of Root Cave, and then he can also check in Artifact Temple, where you have to bring the 12 artifacts together. So he's gonna take a look at any one of those areas to try to find the next item. But morph ball is the item he's trying to look for most. That is probably the most important item at this point. Okay, so he ended up getting a charge beam. Charge beam can now work, or can now be useful with super missiles. Wow, this is really fun. How? Alright. Try to bring this up. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Alright. So yeah, now they end up getting charge beam. He's going back to Chozo, and I really hope he shoots the tree. I really hope he shoots the tree. Okay, he did end up shooting the tree. Giving him Morph Ball. Alright, so yeah, now Bash trying to find other items within. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Alright, I gotta go. Alright. Let's see where he's at now. Alright, so he's just going through Chozo, trying to find some more items. At this point, now that he has Morph Ball, bombs, Charge Beam. He's now looking for beams. Wave Beam, Ice Beam, Plasma Beam. Yeah, so I didn't find anything so far. But basically has all the items right now to traverse most of Chozo. But the hope is to look for Wave Beam. Wave Beam can really help with access to a lot of other areas. Ice Beam can also be pretty useful. Plasma Beam opens up a few areas, but Wave is without a doubt the most important of the beams. But yeah, so for those of you who have never seen Metroid Prime before, there are 4 different doors. Regular blue door, which all types of beams open. You have wave doors, ice doors, and plasma doors. So wave ends up giving you the most options. Ice can give you a decent amount. Plasma is definitely the least. Alright, so this scene is brought up because earlier you guys may have seen Plasma Suit. So the way the suits work is any suit you get, Varia, Gravity, or Phazon, they all have the property of Varia's suit, where with the heat, or with making it possible to traverse areas that are heated, mainly Magmoor. But Phazon suit is the one that's necessary to actually beat the game. Gravity suit or Phazon suit, however, does not have properties of Gravity suit. So basically the idea that's going on here is just go around to every item location and trying to find those beams. Oh, another aspect of Prime that's actually very similar to Fusion is you can't turn on or off certain aspects of like beams or upgrades. All right. Alright, so this boss fight that Bash is at is called Incinerator Drone. Incinerator Drone, we also call him Zoid because, well, why? Because one of the lead developers, David Zoid Kirsch, created this boss, and one of the things he mentioned while talking with Claris and Kirby during her HDQ 2014 run was that he kind of enjoyed the random elements of some of these fights. So, while it's neat to have some randomness for a casual player, for a speedrunner, it's really annoying, and here it just makes no sense. Like, it doesn't really make much sense. Also, Bash did end up getting Spider Ball, which, if you guys remember, Phazon suit was a few rooms back, and you need Spider Ball in order to get it. You technically also need to defeat Flagra, but there is a trick to get around that. Let's see if Flagra is actually useful. Oh, right. All the artifacts. Alright, so yeah, there's a little discussion in chat about how randomizers actually, or about how to actually get the randomizers working. So yeah, Bash has a lot of the things he needs at this point, but the main thing right now is the beams. You can get Phazon suit, he has Spider Ball, but again, at this point, it's beams. Alright, so what Bash is going to do coming up is a trick called Bomb Space Jump. Bomb Space Jump is when you get an instant on morph, and you can jump for like 21, 22 frames after leaving the ground. And the idea is to be able to get a jump onto a spider track and skip it completely. Bash is heading back into Watery Hall. And honestly, I actually have no idea why he's... Oh, I know why he's coming back here. There's one upgrade... Or there's actually a couple upgrades that are either really difficult or almost impossible to get without Spider Ball. So he's coming back into Dynamo in order to get the upgrade that's up along the spider track. Alright, so yeah, he went to go see what was in Dynamo. It was only an energy tank. Now he's on his way back to Ruined Fountain in order to get Phazon suit. So, normally you need to defeat Flagra. What is he doing? I've never seen what Bash is doing at the moment. You guys will see in just a second. I've never seen this before. Alright, so one way of going up here is to jump near the door on the other side of the room and then dash across, but Bash's jump is taking advantage of the fact that you can stand on a lot of different things in this game and just going to jump over instead. I've never seen this before. Alright. Ooh, yikes. That's sketchy. Trying to check what was in that room because you can get a power bomb, or you can use a power bomb to check what's in that room. Fun fact: if he did not have Phazon suit there, he would have died. The way the suits work in this game is they actually give a damage reduction. Various suit being 10%, Gravity suit being 20%, and Phazon suit being 50% damage reduction. Yeah, it would have been really bad news if he missed that, or if he didn't get Phazon suit. It would have been bad news. There would have been no way to get out of there alive. Alright, so Bash has pretty much looked at everything you can in Chozo, so now it's time to go to Magmoor. And because he has Phazon suit, he can go to Magmoor without there being damage. However, there will still be that text box saying, you know, heat levels, basically whatever it says about the heat. Oh, he's not going to Magmoor just yet. There are still a few areas in town that he can check including Frig, Crash Site, and Artifact. Oh, he's also grabbing Grapple Beam. Forgot about this. Alright, so there's that spot. And then the other spot is Artifact Temple. Which oh right. There are two versions of randomizers, one that will randomize everything and one that will randomize everything but the artifacts. Bash has decided to not randomize the artifacts, so there's no reason to go to Artifact Temple until the very end. Nice, checking Root Cave. Fun thing about Root Cave is at the very top, there is a plasma door. You're not supposed to be able to get through there without Plasma Beam, but you can actually do a secret world in the room to get out of bounds. However, I think Bash is seeming to opt not to go this route. Alright, so Bash is just entering Magmoor now. So there are two ways you can go. You can go towards Geocore, where Plasma Beam is, or you can head over to where the beginning of Phendrana is. And Bash opted to go towards Phendrana, and he ended up finding Wave Beam in the process. So... And again, Wave is super important for opening a lot of new areas. You basically can't progress through most of Phendrana without Wave Beam. So it's definitely an important one to find. And you also managed to find X-Ray Visor. X-Ray Visor is extremely important because one of the bosses in this game, Omega Pirate, you cannot damage Omega Pirate in any way without X-Ray Visor. So if we find out that he needs to fight Omega Pirate in mines, then he'll definitely need X-Ray Visor. Fun fact, the Triclops in here can actually be pretty interesting, because for a little while you won't really have much collision, and I've actually gotten these Triclops to soft lock me once by throwing me into collision, or throwing me into the wall and then no way of getting out. And just a fun little fact while Bash is looking around for some of the other items. The hope is someday that a secret world being a term for going out of bounds, can be found utilizing the Triclops, and that will actually create a whole new route for 100%, which would involve getting Plasma Beam early, being the very first beam you get. No, sorry, it'd be the second beam you get. The first one being Ice. Another fun fact: entering Phendrana, there's ice blocking that you need charge beam or missiles to break. All of the other ice barriers can be destroyed with plasma beam, except those. For some reason, plasma beam will not work on those. Alright, so while I'm deciding to bring up fun facts, because one of the items that came up with main power bombs, it can't be grabbed right now, but a fun fact is if you get all 4 power bomb expansions before getting main power bombs, which you do in 100%, each of the expansions counts as a percent, so you would get 3%, and then when you get the 4th one, it would actually drop your percentage down, because main power bombs gives you 4, and that counts as 1% as well. And the game can't differentiate it for some reason. So it'll actually drop your percentage until you get main power bombs. Yeah, and the main reason for that is Prime 1 looks at your inventory to check the amount, or to check your percentage, which Prime 2 and 3 checks it based on the items you've collected, where Prime 1 actually looks at your inventory, which is why Phazon's suit doesn't have a percent, because Phazon's suit is taken away at the very end of the game. Yeah, so Bash is checking around the early parts of Phendrana, and so far it looks like he hasn't found anything useful. Alright, so now... Yeah, the seed was selected. So the main reason is, even though there's a variety of logics, sometimes the glitchless, or sometimes you'll get some really bad seeds where you're either backtracking for a while or there's absolutely nothing in a lot of places. So the goal is to try to avoid that. For example, the very first seed I grabbed from the no glitches logic, bombs were in control tower, which is normally where Artifact of Elder is. So I kind of messed up on setting up that logic, but either way, for a no glitches seed, that's a little weird. Yeah, so a no glitches logic, normal logic, hard logic. Normal logic is basically for people who speedrun 80% and 100%. And the hard logic is for people who can do some low percent tricks. And then there are some randomizer specific tricks. Like, you would never see these in anything but a randomizer. And maybe max percent no space jump. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I completely did not notice that he already got Ice Beam, so he should be fine going through the entirety of Phendrana. So basically Phendrana is split into two parts. And they are separated by an Ice Beam door in the middle of Research Core, which is the room where Thermal Visor normally is at. Because the idea normally is to go get after you get Wave Beam, you go get Super Missiles, then get Thermal Visor, then go back to and then go back out and fight Thardus. But with Ice Beam, you can actually go through without a problem. Or, yeah, with Ice Beam, you can go through that room and not have to worry about going all the way around. Get ready to see a dancing pirate. 20%. Alright. So there are three main besides people who do randomizers, there are three main categories speedrunners go for. There's any percent, 100%, and then there's also low percent. Low percent being the amount of items you get. So low percent, the max is 21%. So, low percent is 21%. So you get 12 artifacts, wave beam, ice beam, plasma beam, X-ray visor, Varia suit. There's 4 more. Main power bombs. The fact that I can't do this off the top of my head is sad. Main power bombs 18%. There's 3 more. Oh, morph ball, bombs, and a missile. But recently, Hazel, also known as Fusion Varia, figured out a way to skip Varia's suit for low percent. Unfortunately, right now it's task only. There's no way you're going to be able to do it real time. But 20% used to not be possible at even tasks until like, what, 2 days ago? 3 days ago? Yeah, so in this room Bashed in right now, you're supposed to knock down a bunch of stalactites, but instead Bash is trying to do a dash to get across from one side of the room to the other. You're supposed to be up here on the way out. But instead he's doing this on the way in. Yeah, so a task is a tool-assisted speedrun. Basically, you would use emulation and I forget the other programs involved to basically play the game and determine what inputs are on every frame. There isn't any percent task right now. That was made by, again, Hazel. And, like, go watch the any percent task at some point. It's incredible. And there's a 100% task as well, currently being made by Edson. It's not finished at the moment, but we're hoping it will be finished within the next couple months. I'm hoping it'll be done. But the any percent task is incredible. You guys should watch it. So yeah, Bash is deciding to kill the ice bats because those things will sometimes troll you, and as you're jumping, will hit you, and you will fall. Yeah, so Frozen Pike is a really good room because it's so tall, and if you fall, you lose a lot of time. What's this? Quarantine monitor? Quarantine cave, alright. Oops. Oof. He's deciding to fight Thardus. Alright. Alright, so a fun thing about Thardus is that Thardus can actually be damaged by power bombs. So if you actually hit a power bomb at the very beginning, you can damage both parts of the place, or basically go through 2 phases. And then by using bombs, you can actually take out the entire phase. You're supposed to use thermal visor. This Thardus fight is actually going well. So these manual aims that Bash is doing right now are not that easy to pull off. This game does not intend you to manually aim, just because of the fact that it's not a dual stick shooter. Yeah, so fun fact is Bash and I, before everything even started, Bash and I were talking of like things that we wanted to see and didn't want to see in in the randomizer runs. And one thing we forgot to talk about is what bosses have. Because the Thardus fight takes a long time, and that's something that didn't necessarily come in conversation. But that fight was actually a good fight. He did a good job with it, so it was definitely entertaining to watch. So I guess it works out in the end. So now Bash is checking the backside of Magmoor Caverns. So, do you just... Alright, so Magmoor Workstation actually has Boost Ball. So, you guys are going to end up seeing the puzzle going on here. Yeah, there's really no simple or fast way to skip this puzzle. Yeah, so fun fact about this puzzle, after you scan, if you scan something and then a cutscene happens right after, you have 1 frame to make an action. So it is possible to get a frame perfect morph in between the cutscenes and not have to look at the morph animation. Oh, almost. So you can actually skip the entire spider puzzle by doing this, what's called a ghetto R jump. And I got to explain both of those things. So, a ghetto jump is when you're going up against a slope, and when you're going up against a slope while you're starting to jump, and you can actually gain extra height from that while holding L. And R jump is one of the aspects of movement is L jumping. So L jumping is when you're holding L, and basically when Samus jumps, she slows down and then will speed up, but L locks your momentum. So you hold L during the part where you slow down, and then press and then let go of it when you speed up. But R jumping is allowing you to keep that momentum, but basically doing an L jump. Basically do an L jump, hold R, turn, and then L jump again. Allows you to get what's called an R jump, and you can gain a lot of speed in the air from that. So yeah, now Bash is on his way through Talon, most likely to go to Chozo. Oh yeah, one of the biggest things about Prime movement is there's a speed cap going forwards, backwards, and going up. Going down and sideways, there's no speed cap. So we take advantage of the fact that the fact that there's no sideways speed cap, and can do stuff like scan dashing and R jumping. And you can theoretically gain an infinite amount of speed through bunny hopping, which bunny hopping is when you jump, and on the first frame you land on the ground, you can press B, and you'll be able to maintain your speed. Alright, so normally, in a room coming up called Ruined Shrine, you normally need to boost up and use Spider Ball to get up to the room where Life Giver is. However, you can just jump on a branch and dash, or you can dash off the half pipe itself. Seems having a little bit of a difficult time with this. Alright, he finally made it. So, there are two things to check for in this upcoming room, Tower of Light. One being up here, or up at the top of the tower where Wave Buster normally is, and the other is to actually get the artifact, the Life Giver. So that is Life Giver. There's another part that shows he hasn't checked. That's where you normally get Ice Beam around that area. So over there you have a few spots. Furnace, Crossways, Hall of the Elders has a few items, and then Reflecting Pool. Oh! There's that, and there's also Training Chamber area. Training Chamber having one of a few ghost fights. Alright. So Bash is currently on his way to Hall of the Elders. So in this room, he's on his way to Crossways. So in this room, there's a puzzle where you need boost balls and super missiles. He has both, but you can just skip this puzzle. And he decided not to, mainly because of the fact that there's nothing useful up there. So instead, just going to Hall of the Elders and doing a ghost fight. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can actually just see the ghost with X-ray and a super missile shot and a charged power shot is enough to kill it. So we'll see what this room has in store for us. Oh, flamethrower. Fun. Alright, so Bash is scanning it a lot. Yeah, flamethrower is actually out of all of the beam combos, flamethrower is considered to be the worst one. Mainly because it legitimately is the worst out of the 4, and plasma beam is the most overpowered of the 4 beams. So it becomes even worse by that logic. Oh. Alright. So Artifact of World. You can actually get it without plasma beam by doing what's called infinite speed. So what he's doing is what he's doing is a trick called Where's the Room, where it deloads the collision or deloads the textures in this room, and now he's holding a direction. What's happening is Samus's speed is increasing exponentially over and over. It's going to get to a point where it goes past the 32-bit floating point number, which is 2.1 billion. Once it gets past that speed, it's going to go negative for a frame and then go to not a number. When it hits not a number, the shell is going to go away, and you're able to do something called infinite speed. Which if you boost while you're in infinite speed, you can hit various points at once. And so what happened was he hit getting Artifact of World, and he also hit the cutscene to get flung by the statue. So he actually has Artifact of World now. And then here he's doing something called an HBJ, basically utilizing the bomb timer. So the bomb timer works by having, it's a 3-second timer, so you will lay a bomb at first, and then wait a bit, and that way you can use more than 3 bombs in a sequence to get a different types of bomb jumps. But since he failed it, he decided to go for just go through the normal way. Alright. So yeah, now Bash is just checking the rest of, or checking in the reflecting pool. And there's nothing there, just a missile. But, thanks to that infinite speed glitch, he's not going to need to come back here when he has plasma. Now, that is not needed in this seed. It is not needed in this seed at all. You would just get plasma and then come back here later. The main reason for doing the infinite speed is just to save time. Dash here is just navigating some invisible platforms. And Life Grove Tunnel wasn't mean so far. Life Grove Tunnel is one of the worst rooms. Oh, now never mind. Life Grove Tunnel is actually a really bad room. That collision is entirely flat. But yet you can still get caught. So it can be an absolutely terrible, terrible room. Yes, the main reason here is to get Artifact to Chozo. This is normally where you get X-Ray. Oh, and here's an R jump to skip an entire Ghost fight. There's no reason to fight the Ghost, because that jump is not bad at all. So Bash is deciding to go back to Chozo. Yeah, there's one room, Overgrown Cavern, which he needs to check. Alright, fun little fact about Boost Ball. If you hold forward while boosting, there's a speed cap. If you're not holding forward, there's no speed cap. Alright, so now he's got gravity soon. Yeah. Alright, so now Bash is heading into Crash Frigate, which actually is my favorite song in the entire series. Maybe not in the entire series, but definitely in Prime 1, this is one of my favorites. Instant Unmorph? Never seen that before. Oh no, not an Instant Unmorph, never mind. Sebastian was not close enough to the door. If you're close enough to the door when you shoot the last spot, the door will open in the middle of while you're in the cutscene. One fun fact, you can shoot through that door. Like, once the room is finished loading, you can actually shoot what's behind there. Yeah, so there's only 3 items here, but thankfully this leads into mines. So, once Bash gets through here, he'll be at the beginning of mines. Bash is heading up to where he was earlier. I don't know why he's going that way. He's going back to Chozo. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why he's going this way. None. But I guess we'll see. Alright, mystery for me as well. Oh, I think he's getting wild in nature. And probably checking Flogger as well. Yeah, he's definitely heading to fight Flogger and get the artifact of Wild. Oh yeah, by the way, you can jump over there, or jump over the gate. Bomb jump over the gate. Which actually is a good segue to talk about version differences. So, this game is run on the NTSC 0-00 version on GameCube. Well, the GameCube version played on Wii. But there are two other versions. 001, which is kind of rare. You can find, or the only difference that's actually been noted is that that trick he did to go over the gate doesn't work. And in 0-02, you can't scan dash anymore, and the rooms load a little slower because you use a different loader, and you can't get Plasma Beam without grapple. It's impossible. Oh yeah, fun fact, these bomb slots are not actual bomb slots, where you need to have your bomb in the slot. You can actually just go to the side and then bomb on the side. Also, another fun fact, Flogger can actually be damaged with Wave Buster. You need a lot of missiles to make it work, but actually I think you can only damage, with 250 missiles, I think you can only damage, or take out one phase. Yeah, you can technically get Plasma out of bounds, but you can't get out, as someone pointed out. Yeah, Flogger for some reason vulnerable to Wave Buster, and like we have no idea why. There's like no reason. Okay, so there's a so when you go down that shaft normally you're supposed to or you hit a trigger which changes the layer of Sun Chamber. And it changes it to this where you actually have a ghost fight. Yeah, that will not or what you can do is actually go past it and then come right back up. Just by using Spider Ball. It's unfortunately in a regular speedrun you wouldn't have Spider Ball at this point, so you have to do an infinite bomb jump on the side of or where two walls meet to make a corner there, the acute angle on the left side. You would just infinite bomb jump up that. Alright, so Bash is heading to Magmoor in order to get nature. And then from there, I'm assuming he's gonna go to Mines? Because Mines is like one of the only areas that can be accessed by... What? Every major area, I think, has... No. Sorry, Talon has one. Magmoor has one. Yeah, no, there's two entrances to Mines. One in Talon, one in Magmoor. Where's he going? Oh, he's getting sun. Is he getting sun? What is he doing? Okay, I actually don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. Alright, I think he was going to get sun and then decide against it. He'll be getting it later. Good game. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can just jump with Gravity Suit there. Like barely restricted. Yeah, so Bash is getting into mines via Plasma Process Center. It's the first. It's not the way you're intended to get into mines first, but because we have power bombs, we can do that. See, at this point, Bash is looking for Plasma Beam. Once he can find Plasma Beam, there are a few things he can get: Artifact of Newborn, and Artifact of Sun. I believe that those are the 2 artifacts he needs to get at this point. Oh, he needs to get Warrior as well. You don't need Plasma Beam for Warrior though. You do need to do the Maze in Central Dynamo though. Yeah. Again, the artifacts are not randomized in this seed. Which, funny thing about Central Dynamo. Oh god, he's skipping it. No, no, he's, oh no. He's going the wrong way. Ash, what are you doing? Oh yeah, so Bash, earlier he ended up skipping a cutscene by jumping over the trigger that loads or that activates the Elite Pirate. You can just jump over it. There's a small spot you can just go right through. Grapple Beam. Fun fact, even in 100%, speedrun, Metroid Prime uses Grapple Beam more than you do, and Metroid Prime uses it a minimum once. Like, there is no purpose for Grapple Beam in the speedrun. Which way is he going? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how he's routing this. I've already, granted, I know where Plasma Beam is. However, I personally would have routed this differently. Yeah, this is the cutscene he skipped earlier, but you can't skip it this way. And fun fact, you can just bounce off his head. Oh, so... Oh, wait, no. That Elite Pyre won't actually activate because, no plasma. Forgot about that. Well, this fight's actually really easy with X-Ray. Like, you're not supposed to have X-Ray here normally, but... it makes the fight super easy. Alright, so this maze, which one? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so let me explain this. There are mazes, or these mazes are randomly generated. There are over 300 possible mazes ranging from 15 to 51 squares. Sorry, 15 to 55 squares. Odd numbers only, not counting 53. He managed to get a 51 square maze, which is one of the worst ones out there. Like 51 is really bad. Yeah, here's Plasma Beam. So the best route at this point is to go get Newborn, then backtrack to get Warrior. Yeah, let me show you guys the 55 square maze. Shout outs to Claris for making this program. It's so useful. But yeah, this is what happens when you get the 55 square maze. I just posted in chat. Yeah, program apologized because out of all the mazes, there's over 300 mazes and there's only 155 square maze. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a standable spot here. You can just watch the elevator go down. Bash is going the wrong way. He's supposed to go on top of the glider, I think. And then clip out of bounds with the glider. Yeah, so it's probably just faster to go back out the other way. Yep, and he just realized that, so he's moving. Oh yeah, out of all the Metroids, Hunter Metroids are probably the worst. So yeah, there's 2 artifacts left. There's Artifact of Warrior and Artifact of Sun. Yeah, so in a randomizer, there's really only a few things you need. Like, you need the beams. You need, actually, I think it's just the beams and the 12 artifacts and Phazon suit. That's it. That's all you actually need for a randomizer. Or if you are, skipping Exo, you would need Morph Ball, Bombs. Got it. And then the only beam you would actually need is Plasma. That would be if a randomizer actually put everything, including artifacts, in like really, really convenient locations. Space Jump is actually not necessary for Exo skip. Ooh, so you didn't grab a power bomb. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's so unlucky. Or that's so lucky. Wow. Yeah, so that case that he blew up, you can't actually blow that up until you get main power bombs. Or, well, in the case of a randomizer, until you complete the maze in Central Dynamo. Or meanwhile, there's an elite pirate that won't activate until you have Plasma Beam. And that one acts completely different. It's not until you get the Plasma Processing item. It's literally when you get Plasma Beam. So no matter where Plasma Beam is, that pirate will activate then. What is you doing? Yeah, so what triggers the layer change in Elite Research that has the Artifact of Warrior is completing the Power Bomb maze. Well, the item that is in the PB maze. So technically, grabbing the item completes the maze. If you look in the tasks, or if you look at the any percent task, the any percent task actually doesn't, or was it? The any percent task actually doesn't do the maze, but instead gets the item from out of bounds. Alright, so the last thing Bash needs is Artifact of Sun. So yeah, at this point, Bash just heading to Magmoor to get Artifact of Sun, go get Artifact of Truth later, and then fight the final boss. As Artifact of Truth is the last artifact you get because it's in the same room where you fight Ridley. Where's he going? Oh! He needs to also get Spirit. I forgot about that. Okay, so there's 3 artifacts he needs to get. Ooh, he fell in, Phendrana's Edge. This is another terrible room to fall in. This is also probably one of the worst rooms in low percent. Because you have no space jump and no grapple beam. What? What? Huh? Oh, no power. Oh, he doesn't have a power bomb. Okay. He's looking for a power bomb right now. Nice. The first box he shoots him in research lab gives him a power bomb. So, all right, let's go. Alright, he's at spirit. There's one more left, just Sun. After Sun we can finish this up. Thankfully. These rooms aren't too bad. Yeah, so at this point we're just gonna wait until he gets the ship. Alright. So yeah, a little ship dash to get to the area, or get to that platform faster. And then final boss coming any moment now. Oh, fun fact about this randomizer. This randomizer actually takes out that cutscene that you're supposed to watch. Nice little message on the wall. Speed gaming. Woo! Alright. So Ridley. Four plasma shots, well, charged plasma shots. And then we start the flight phase. there actually is one frame that you can shoot Ridley on, and you can get what's called flyby skip. And basically what happens is Ridley would just go underneath and come right back up. It only works on one frame though, so it's hard to get. Oh wow, almost got it. Okay, so this flight phase is really long, really obnoxious. However, you can just boost into Ridley, and there we go, we're done. We're done with the ground, or the flight phase. Boost Ball deals 50,000 damage per frame, so... So because it deals so much damage, you can just take out the flight phase immediately. Alright. So now we're getting into the Metroid Prime fight. Or we're going to be getting to the Metroid Prime fight real soon. So one thing to mention about Prime, is Metroid Prime has there are 4 subchambers that Metroid Prime goes into, and each one adds another beam up until the 4th subchamber. So basically you just gotta keep shooting charge shots or regular shots at Metroid Prime, and so there's one color for each beam. You only see power and wave at the beginning, and then you'll see power, wave, and ice once each. Subchamber 3 is power, wave, ice, and plasma once each, and then subchamber 4 is basically whatever she wants. So she can either be really nice or really, really evil. But yeah, with the beam combos, it actually makes things faster. Nice, so subchamber 3 starting off with plasma. Pretty good so far. Oh, what Bash is trying to do here after each round is snipe Exo, you can actually get a shot in that will that you can deal damage in basically in between phases. Oh nice, got it with the wave. And just to give some numbers, so a fully charged power beam shot deals 50 damage. A fully charged wave beam shot deals 40 damage. A fully charged ice beam shot deals 60 damage. But because Prime is a Metroid's in this case Metroid Prime takes 1.5 times damage, and then Plasma Beam deals what is it, 100 damage fully charged? Yeah, 100 damage fully charged plus burn. Oh yeah, so in this port chamber, sometimes Prime can speed up and she's really obnoxious to deal with. This might be one of the few Prime fights where I've actually seen all 4 beams in Subchamber 4. And there's the Exo fight. Alright, finally we have Essence. So, Metroid Prime Essence fight. So, what happens is, after using a few moves, Essence will lay a pool. So, whenever she lays a pool, you basically have Phazon suit, and what that does is it activates something called Phazon Beam. And ooh, this is in a really bad spot. The idea is to do what's called an attack cancel. So if you're in the pool and you just press A once, don't hold it. What can happen is you can do what's called an attack cancel. And what that does is, if you do it enough times, Essence will lay another pool almost immediately. Like that. That was extremely lucky. Oh, now we're starting to get unlucky. I've never seen her up this high before. Yeah, I've never seen Essence up that high before.
I know, right? That was terrible.
Probably the luckiest Essence fight
I don't know how that didn't like get the phase change on the corpse. I'm so sorry to go overestimate by so much. That was kind of a new worst case scenario. I should have gone to mine sooner. I wasn't sure if it was going to be there with all the open options I had that I know was within logic, so that's kind of why I kind of explored everywhere. Like, I was going to go back to Chozo sooner, but then I got Gravity. I'm like, well, maybe it's in Frigate. Maybe that's what Venmi generated.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I have not read chat at all, so I don't know how that went for everyone, but I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize. I know we don't have time really to plug, so I'll just be really quick, I guess. Unless you have, well, first, do you have any thoughts? Real quick, Venmi?
I mean, honestly, the main thing was just making sure, or just the routing in general.
Yeah.
Definitely some things the routing, but
like I skipped Flagra at first because I had a feeling that statistically Waybeam was going to be like in Magmoor or somewhere, and then it was. It was just Plasma was just lingering there, and then I had to backtrack to go get Sun. I was debating doing IS for Sun, but I decided, well, it's not going to be much extra time just to get Plasma and then go back and clear out Spirit then Sun. But you know, I cleared out everywhere else first, so Plasma was like almost the last possible check, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for the in-game time, real quick, there's
yeah,
two
we're in a
things.
hurry.
Tomorrow, Bash is doing at what time is it again? 3:45.
It'll be 3:15 p.m. Pacific time, so
3:15
6:15 p.m. Eastern.
6:15 p.m. Eastern time. Bash is doing a any percent run of Metroid Prime. So you'll see him, both him and me again. And then
That will go a lot better. I can at least.
2, Drakenov will be doing a Prime 2 100% run.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Shasta's
5 hours later.
Hunter's run's gonna be afterward my run, and that'll be really good.
Oh,
again, guys, I am so sorry I went overestimate. That's my fault entirely. Kind of a new worst case scenario with like getting Spirit last.
Yeah. So.
But if you did enjoy it, then well, another thing too is I think I set the estimate too low, too. So, like that was a very like tight estimate to hit. Anyway,
components.
If you are interested in Rando, though, like there's some actually like pretty creative like routing you can do with this game. I recommend going to randomizer.metroidprime.run. There's also a Discord link on that page that'll link you to the Rando Discord. It's pretty cool. I have some logic checks I want to include in the later version, but works. Just need a Prime ISO and then somewhere to play it, but it's a lot of fun. So again, randomizer.metroidprime.run. You can also go to discord.me/metroidprime if you are interested in getting to the Metroid Prime speedrunning community. In-game time was underestimated, that's for sure. Lots of resources there. Oh my god, Cody. Alright, well, I don't want to spend too much more time. That's all the plugs I wanted to make. Give it up for... Who's coming up next after me? We got... Oh, Metroid Fusion 0% by my boy GRP. Get your Magoos ready in chat. Get those Magoos ready. Get those Magoos ready. Anyways, I'm BashPrime. I hope you enjoyed. Again, apologies for the estimate issues on my end. That's my fault. Vemi, I hope you enjoyed commentating it. I don't know how it went, so I'll have to watch the VOD. And Chad, I hope you enjoyed it. So.
Alright.
Alright. Good night, guys. Thanks again.
Good night.